What's up, and welcome back to another kind of funny screencast trailer reaction. This time to Marvel Studios' latest Miss Marvel coming to Disney Plus in early June. Of course, I'm Tim Geddes, and I'm joined by the producer slash seducer, Nick Scarpino.
Tim, I got my magic sauce, and I'm ready to make magic.
We got the big dog, Kevin Coelho.
He's gonna make magic because he's got his magic sauce.
Exactamundo.
The Nitro Rifle, Andy Cortez.
Great afternoon, everybody.
And one of the coolest dudes in video games, Greg Miller.
Good isn't a thing you are, it's a thing you do.
That's what they say. That's what they say. Of course, this is the Kind of Funny screencast where every week we get together to talk about the latest in TV, movies, and trailers. You can get it on youtube.com/kindoffunny or roosterteeth.com. You can also get it as a podcast by searching your favorite podcast service for Kind of Funny screencast, and we'll be right there for you. If you wanted to get the show ad-free and if you wanted to watch it live as we record it, you got to go to patreon.com/kindoffunny, just like our Patreon producers, Molecule, Gordon McGuire, Fargo Brady, and Pranksy have done. We appreciate all of you so very, very much. This week, we're brought to you by MeUndies and DoorDash, but I'll tell you all about that later. A little housekeeping for you. We just put up a very special episode of In Review called the MCU in Preview. That was me and Eric Voss from New Rock Stars doing a whole breakdown of our predictions of the 2022 slate of Marvel Studios projects. And with the news of this show coming in June, we weren't totally off. So I'm feeling pretty good. We're off to a good start, Kev. So go check that out. It's available on podcast services and YouTube and all that stuff. Later in the week, we're going to be doing Peacemaker in review, and I'm excited about that. But enough about the future. Let's talk about the now. Kevin, hit play. The Weeknd.
I like that.
Okay.
Okay, so first
Oh, yeah.
off,
Hell yeah.
I just want to say, I get it.
You get what?
High school.
Kamala.
Another adventure shirt. Cute.
She thinks I'm some kind of weirdo.
You were a weirdo.
Boys.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
You're kind of on my shirt.
Sorry.
But you're staring out the window in your little fantasy land. Kamala, hey. Already? Really? Come on, like...
Do I have to figure out my whole future before lunch, or is there like... Maybe they're right. I spend too much time
That was sick.
Insane.
in Fantasyland.
That is not you.
It's not really the brown girls from Jersey City who save the world. That's a fantasy too.
God, this goes way too
You know
hard.
why? Did you hear something?
Come on. What does it feel like?
Cosmic. I always thought I wanted this kind of life, but I never imagined.
She was blinded by the light, guys.
Do you even know what you are?
I'm a superhero.
Oh, it's at the comic cover.
Wow.
That was
Holy
solid.
shit.
That was fantastic.
Hey, Andy Cortez, let's start with you. What'd you think?
That looked so much better than that first preview we saw, which was just like maybe a frame or two or whatever. So that's not saying much, but god damn. I mean, well, the tone of the trailer is just like immaculate, right? They nailed all the music. Like all that stuff is kind of, I feel, easy to make possibly better than what the end product is. But I don't know if this is going to be a final version of this show with all of this sort of Scott Pilgrim-y kind of in-world comic
It's gotta be.
assets. It's got to be, and I hope so because I love it.
Yeah.
But damn, the tone is fantastic. A bit of a sort of a change with her powers. I don't know if what the decision was there. I think it's cool as shit because I don't really have a whole lot of knowledge about Ms. Marvel and her backstory aside from the video game, Marvel's Avengers. So yeah, this is awesome.
Hit video game still available right now.
The servers are still up.
Servers are still up there, still
Wow.
putting out
Yeah.
MCU skins. You'll be able to get the skins soon enough, Andy.
Good
Then we'll
for
see
them.
if the cow crows at midnight. You know what I mean?
Good for them. This looks awesome. This looks awesome as hell. I was possibly like one of the more quality kind of this is our TV offering right now, I think. So yeah, very, very good job.
Greg Miller.
This looks incredible. Like, this is our first time watching this trailer. We all held off for it. And so I saw a few tweets going around, people really digging it. And I was like, okay, I'm glad they're nailing it. I didn't expect it to have the comic book tones. You know what I mean? This is very much, I think, Disney being like, all right, cool. Sony Spider-Man, you've had your fun. Now we're gonna ape that style and have a cool, comic book drawing thing and have go on and the little animation stuff going. I'm stoked for it. I love Ms. Marvel. I loved her before the game, the hit game you can get right now, Marvel's Avengers, probably on sale somewhere.
Yeah.
I enjoyed her original comic book run a lot. I thought she was a really cool character. I'm excited to see her in the MCU. I'm excited to see what they do with these new powers. Because again, I know we're gonna do frame by frame, but at a glance, and Tim, do you know? Was the rumor that they didn't want her to be too much like Mr. Fantastic because they're gonna have a stretchy guy eventually?
Where it's at right now is like it's all kind of hearsay and just kind of putting things together. Would that make sense that like you wouldn't want two heroes with similar power sets? But my theory is more budget based. Like I think that it's going to be really hard to make stretchy skin look realistic. It's a little bit easier to have this like Green Lantern style kind of colorful stuff and still get the same embiggening powers and all that, but kind of
what I think is interesting about it, like, and I know we'll go through it, but like my immediate takeaway, right, is how are they going to do the powers? What are they going to do with it? To see her look to be in this chest, to click on this bracelet that seems to give her the abilities there. It looks like it might be kind of tied to her culture. Of course, Kamala Khan, a Pakistani American, a Muslim. I would love to see them double down on that. They already make the reference here, not many brown girls from Jersey are getting superpowers or whatever. I love the fact that they're celebrating her diversity and putting it in. Maybe that's what they're going to use as the impetus for her powers.
These powers look so much cooler than what a stretchy thing would be. Like visually, I think it translates so much better to the screen.
Much better,
Spoken like somebody who can't stretch. Who's
I was gonna say, you're just saying that because none of us like stretching. We don't like touching our toes.
Let me touch the ceiling right now, Andy, and tell you how cool it is, and then you can only dream of that. You'll be like, yeah, a bracelet's cooler than that for sure.
Jump up and touch it.
Nick, what do you think?
I mean, this is how you cut a trailer. This is just a great trailer. Like I was coming into this, I'm like, oh, I'm interested in watching it because I'm interested as interested as I am to watch any of the other Disney Plus TV series based on Marvel characters, and I have zero context from Ms. Marvel whatsoever. Never read a comic book. You guys were talking about stretchy powers, and I was like, did not know that was her power base.
Do you need me to get you a code for Avengers? Do you want to play some Avengers today?
Greg, I mean, if you look back at Slack, you will not see me.
Oh, you turned it down. You turned it down. You didn't want the code. You didn't want
I said absolutely no, thank you. But this to me, regardless of it being a Marvel property, just looks like a fun show, and this is a great trailer. And I don't think they're gonna stick with this comic booky style stuff throughout the whole thing. I feel like this is something they added as a post thing to make this really pop. But
even the color palette, right? Like I think just the color palette you're looking at right now, normal shots, and the way they're doing the dream sequences and stuff, that comic booky enough.
Yeah, the production design behind this is just really well done. I think it just kind of pops, and this just looks like a coming of age story that I want to watch. I mean, if this how I know this is going to be at least worth our time is you're seeing this and you take out the superpowers and actually just kind of looks like a cool teen show that I'd watch that's well produced with good acting. So but then of course whoever cut this trailer, give them the Academy Award because that music cues are phenomenal in this. And this is how you get someone hyped for a newer character that I don't have context for. I'm interested. I'm definitely want to watch this now. There's the only one shot that pops out to me is like, oh, that's a little CWE was that shot with the fog, but we'll go through that.
I know, dude. Yeah, that stuck out to me as well. Kev, what'd you think?
I mean, this is a really, really good trailer. Like I'm kind of blown away by how like interested this trailer has made me. And
Kevin, do you want to? I'll send you the link for Avengers too.
I already have it.
Well, you can reinstall. If you click the link, you can reinstall it too.
It seems like I don't have that much space on PS5.
Yeah.
It's like I'm limited.
SSD's real small. Yeah.
My phone's not working, so I can't look at it.
No, but like the only thing gives me pause is the scene here where it's like something about the way that they're talking. It just doesn't seem very like real. And I'm hopeful that like it being in a frame is maybe her recapping it or something. And kind of we're getting it through her lens.
Yeah, I think that's what that is, right? Like when she sees the devil ears on the bully, I feel like that might be maybe her perspective, and we're seeing that through her eyes.
It could be that's just for the trailer, and I hope it's not, because that like elevates this. Because see, he broke her out of the dream, and she like, woke up. Yeah. So that one conversation kind of gives me pause, but there are also other things that they're saying that I'm like, okay, seems like it's taking it very seriously, and I'm blown away by how cool this looks. The art direction, the like of everything is stunning, and we get a little embiggen. You see, she makes a big old fist. Huh? It's pretty exciting. This is rad. I'm legit stoked for this. And when'd you say it's coming? June?
Yeah, June 8th.
Yeah. That's not too far away. Tim, what are your thoughts?
I'm so stoked on this. Like, this definitely, I feel like is nailing the vibe it's going for. And like you guys are mentioning a lot of comic book stuff. This is screaming one thing to me, and that's Lizzie McGuire, and I am here for it. I love the kind of, coming of age story of teenage girls, all that, but with the kind of like what's in her head being cartoony and all that. I hope we get it in the actual show. I feel like in this trailer, there's a mix of things that I'm like, oh, that might be just for the trailer, or that could actually make sense Scott Pilgrim style in the show. I do hope that they use it though, because I think it kind of sets it apart a little bit. I love the idea of getting this introduction to this character, definitely the youngest character that we've had thus far in the MCU as a main character, at least. Like, we've gotten hints of like kids and like Ant-Man, big kid, by the way, or things like Iron Man 3 and all that. But like her getting the title treatment, like she is the focus of it, I think is cool. And like, especially knowing that she's about to graduate to the big screen in the Marvels early next year. It's kind of like the perfect setup. Get introduced to her this June, and then next February alongside Captain Marvel in a real movie, I think is going to be really cool. But yeah, I love the colors of this. I love the style. The only thing that I'm not vibing with, I feel, in the second half of the trailer, as we start to see kind of the antagonists, I guess, like that's the stuff that I'm least confident in. Them changing the power set, I think is probably going to be a good thing at the end of the day for this working in this medium. And like Greg was saying, like kind of like being a little bit more tapped into the culture side of things, which I think is going to be a major strength of the show. And I love how much they're diving into it seemingly with this already. But yeah, some of the people that seem to be going up against her, I'm not stoked on, just from what we're seeing here. Hopefully I'm wrong, but I'm getting Flag Smasher vibes from Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Like, we're not going to care about the bad guys at all.
Yeah, but
like, it's not going to be interesting, rather.
And some of her power stuff, like the beginning hand shit, that's cool. But like here we get I'm getting flashbacks from Matrix Resurrections of Neo blocking bullets, and it's been too soon, guys. Too soon.
Don't bring that shit here. Don't bring that shit here. All right.
Hey, they're bringing it here, man. Love this, straight out of one of the most iconic Miss Marvel comic covers. So very cool stuff. Greg, I saw you had your hand raised.
Oh yeah, I might be jumping ahead on how you want to run everything, but my question for you would be: do you think we get, like, is the final shot of this series Captain Marvel showing up, saying hey?
I think it's pretty likely that we'll get her. And I know that so far in the shows, I thought it was likely that we're going to get big characters in every single one pretty much. And that hasn't happened. But I mean, we know we're getting Bruce Banner and She-Hulk, so I don't think it's impossible. And when you look at the Star Wars side of things, they have tripled down on, hey, anything can happen. Anyone can show up. So I think that we will, especially because we know that Miss Marvel is 100% confirmed to be in the movie coming up soon.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I think this is one of those things where, like, it's an interesting perspective to write from too, right? Because like when you think about it, we don't really get an opportunity to see how like younger kids would react to there actually being superheroes in the world, right? Like if Avengers were real and we all grew up with that, we'd be obsessed. We would be 100% obsessed, right? We got a little bit of it with Haley Steinfeld in the Hawkeye series, but it's gonna be cool to just sort of be immersed in that and have that like live that fantasy fulfillment through her eyes and actually see her. And this is no disrespect to the Hawkeye series, but actually see her get superpowers and actually be able to do super cool stuff that doesn't revolve around 500 arrows. Could be kind of fun.
Absolutely. We're going to do a frame by frame breakdown of this and see all the fun things that we can find. But before we do that, let me tell you about our sponsors. Shout out to MeUndies. We've all been there trying on clothes in a dressing room and everything makes you look like 3 kids hiding in a coat. Finding the perfect size is annoying. That's why MeUndies makes undies, bralettes, and loungewear to fit just right. Y'all know how long I've loved MeUndies. I am often wearing the shirt, the lounge pants, the undies, the socks, like I'm doing right now. If I was a cartoon character, this would just be my outfit. It would just be all MeUndies. I love it because of the soft micromodal fabric and because it does fit really well. MeUndies knows that comfort starts with the perfect size and fit. That's why they wear test all sizes from extra small to 4XL for everything they make. They've got different cuts for different butts and everything from bold colors to fun, adventurous prints, so the world can be a comfier place for every booty. MeUndies promises if you're not comfortable with any product for any reason, you can return your order for a full refund within 45 days. MeUndies has a great offer for y'all. For any first-time purchasers, you can get 15% off and free shipping right to your door. To get 50% off your first order, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/kindafunny. That's MeUndies.com/kindafunny. Shout out to DoorDash. Sometimes pulling into your driveway after a trip to the grocery store only to realize you forgot one key ingredient for dinner kind of feels like the end of the world. But with DoorDash, you can get the groceries and household essentials you need or a backup meal from your favorite local restaurant delivered in under an hour. Desperately craving a late night snack or just want to stock up for the week with DoorDash? Get it all in one app. We've been using DoorDash forever. You hear us on the Kinda Funny podcast always talking about the different taquerias we're ordering from, the different burger places we're ordering from. We are super happy and we love to just get the food delivered right to us. For a limited time, you guys can get 25% off and 0 delivery fees on your first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter code KindaFunny. That's 25% off up to a $10 value and 0 delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter code KindaFunny. Don't forget, that's code KindaFunny for 25% off your first order with DoorDash. Subject to change. Terms apply. All right, Kev, you ready to switch over here?
Already done.
First off, I love this shot.
Man.
The Ant-Man.
It's just Ant-Man. Yeah, it's like actually an Ant-Man.
Yeah, so here we go. Little doodles of Ant-Man versus Man-Ant.
Man-Ant. That's funny.
Oh no!
What's
it's
the
horrible.
What's this flying pig thing that she's drawing here? Is that
I think
is
it's
that
a sloth.
That's a
Oh.
sloth who was snapped by Thanos,
Mm.
going to heaven. You know what I mean?
There we go.
Oh, that's cool. That's funny.
I thought
She
you
has
were
a-
actually giving us lore.
Yeah.
it's like wow,
Damn, Greg, you really read the comics.
deep cut. Yeah.
I was just took your word for it.
She has her driving lesson coming up today, so I guess that puts her around like 14, 15, which for some reason I was getting vibes more of like 13. I was getting middle school vibes, but I guess it's high school.
Yeah, it'd be
I'm
15 if
so
she was
excited the idea of seeing how high school has impacted them and like what their like high school kids think about
Avengers.
all the Avengers, all
Aliens.
these heroes, everything going on. The snap even.
Yeah. Cool
Maybe
transition
people-
here.
driving. It's a great transition. So easy, but so cool and so well done. Just right into that.
One
Just
thing I
thought
didn't
bubble
call
that
out
she's imagining.
when we did the reaction to the Doctor Strange trailer that somebody told me after is when they show this bit, the Marvel Studios intro for the Doctor Strange thing, it's actually the OG Marvel Studios intro that they used to use for the like OG X-Men movies and
Oh, really?
Fantastic Four and stuff. So it's like that's just kind of a cool hint at potential cameos and stuff.
Cool.
This is so cool though. The
Yeah.
top tier studio logo.
I'm such a sucker for that wiggle effect, that hand
totally.
wiggle
Yeah.
effect.
The Blessing Show, baby.
I know.
We originated it. The
We did
original
create
creators.
that.
Kind of
We
funny.
did create that.
I don't know if we can take credit for that, Tim, but
100%.
Funny
Yeah,
thing
right.
too, full
Roger
circle. Remember
Pickle-
the most popular Blessing show was actually about the Avengers. So there you go. Little tidbit before you go watch
There's
it
a
right
show
now to
called
piss off Blessing.
KFAF that did the wiggle effect. Let's not get out. Come on, guys.
Nobody watched
Did-
it. You know?
All this comic book stuff or the Scott Pilgrim look, like I really hope they utilize
But
it. I don't want it too much, just a little in each episode would be great.
But it's funny because
McGuire
it's,
style.
it's not comic book, right? It's her hand drawn comic book. It's her handwriting, right?
Right.
Which is so cool. That has another extra level to it of like that is her thought bubble, and I love that they have that extra little like a bit there for it. I love this clock sequence too. It's the clock spinning, but the hands are standing still. It's awesome.
Yeah, the clock stuff's kind of interesting to me because, like, I mean, obviously clocks kind of make you think about time, and this is working in a weird way where it seems like it's kind of going backwards and stuff. And like, I wonder what's the point of that, unless it's just her kind of like looking at the clock at school type thing.
Right here, I have a comic book made by the one and only Kamala Khan. You might remember it from the hit game Marvel's Avengers, but I'm not even making a joke that, of course, she is. She makes her own comics in lore. She's such a big fan of the Avengers.
That's super fun.
Oh my god, her shirt! It's the Beyonce quote. Ladies get information, and it's Wasp, Captain Marvel, and Valkyrie.
That's awesome.
That's great.
I also love that just after the Endgame battle that everyone on Earth knows about now, like they're all Avengers. Like Cap saying Avengers Assemble, it's like that. Literally, fucking everyone that was part of that fight was an Avenger now, which is cool.
That's cool.
Because all three of these characters weren't officially on the lineup ever.
Right.
Do you think any of the high schoolers are like, oh man, Wasp is an anti-vaxxer now? It sucks.
Damn. Too real.
A little
I love
homemade
this
suit.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Okay, I was like
Yeah.
that. For some reason, I thought it was like a pinata or something over there because
I mean, it looks like it's paper mache, and it also looks like she's in
helmet, right?
And that's what
really
turned
rad convenience
that's
store.
one of the things that turned me off in the first sort of trailer. I was like, man, that costume looks whack as hell. But it's like I didn't. But we were seeing it on a lower version trailer of it, so I couldn't tell that it's like, oh, it was just a handmade thing that she did at home as like she's a fan of Captain Marvel, you know?
Yeah.
It's a subtle distinction, but I am getting less Disney Channel original movie vibes for this, and I am getting more like Pixar-y type things, especially after just seeing Turning Red. So that's a good sign.
Yeah.
See, I was going with Netflix. To All the Boys I Loved Before.
Yeah. That's the vibe I'm getting to, which I love. Which, by the way, Greg,
Because
of
we're a
course, is
connoisseur.
the highest mark you could possibly give
Oh
a
my
coming
God,
of
what,
age
are you kidding
teen
me?
love story.
But also, like I feel like the video profile looks more similar to the MCU than these shows have looked. At least, or
I
like
agree.
The color grading, yeah.
I
And
agree
it's
too,
like,
Kevin.
that goes
That's
far.
interesting. That's an interesting thing to point out. Is like, you know, I obviously like it's become a joke at this point that I keep bringing up like how these things look, but it really is a subtle difference of how they've graded this footage. It makes it look way more cinematic, and that's an important thing for me at least to kind of
listening
make
to you,
me.
Nick.
I know. I mean, like, dude, I'm like, just grade your footage properly. I don't understand why you can't do that. Don't make it. It's like try and make it look less like TV for Christ's sake.
I
wonder
love this
what
shot.
this is, because this screams TV to me. Like I'm kind of not
You're
interested
daydreaming.
about this.
Yeah, this.
But I also think that I just don't love the mohawk. I've never liked that look. I just don't think I think it's kind of goofy looking.
So this shot right here is like she's wearing her suit, and this is her imagination. Like the suit looks nicer, you know, in her mind. And I think she jumped from her window down to the tree, maybe missed it, but nailed the landing.
You don't think that's the first time she actually gets the suit or whatever the suit is?
No,
No.
I think that this is her imagining. Same
all
thing.
fantasy
She's prom
fulfillment,
queen
yeah.
right now. you
She's
know,
lost in her
or-
head. Yeah, she's the kid in class doodling.
This
Yeah,
is
'cause-
Captain Marvel's suit. This is not her suit.
Yeah, this is very much the Nova Corps
Yeah.
like logo in the front and everything.
Got it. Love these shots.
Yeah, these shots with the clock are it's.
Oh, that's a
very
number
cool.
10.
Oh, it's a 10. I was
Yeah.
like, what the
I
hell is
thought
that?
it was like I thought it was
Yeah,
some sort of weird Thanos symbol
the
or something.
two
Omega.
is
or
really
something.
weird too.
What's up with this kid in a Porsche, man? Who is this kid? I'd be like, who are you? Why do you have so much money? I don't
Who
like
are
him.
you?
Do you sell drugs? What's happening? Are you a bad guy? What's
love
happening?
Tuxedo
that-
mask.
Did you see the confetti falling on him in the distance?
Oh yeah,
It's
that's
so-
awesome.
Yeah, I love it. I hope they double down on this aesthetic that they're doing.
I don't trust high school kids with Porsches. I just throw that out there.
Yeah,
No,
you
no,
shouldn't,
they shouldn't have that. They shouldn't have that.
Forget it. Love the poster in the back hanging there. We gotta work that in.
He's got a
Also,
cat
you
bug
can't-
too.
you
He's a
can't-
big cat fan.
You can't be keeping just a jar of peanut M&Ms, the superior M&Ms on your desk right there, man. I'm whittling through that
Don't
every
say
single
that.
day,
Don't
Andy.
say that. You know that's
You
Every
can't.
single
You.
day.
Yeah, there's just never like I have no self control, Nick. There's no
absolutely not.
willpower.
Nick was saying this, but like they really knocked it out of the park with the hype orchestrated instrumental of Blinding Lights and like every
on.
pop with the titles and shit. I was like, okay, they did it with this trailer.
Yeah, because like this, like everything about this font treatment, everything about these visuals and interstitial like graphics and stuff, that screams like this is a movie quality thing. And it's like if you would have gone with a lesser quality like the logo and Marvel Presents or whatever, like it would have seemed cheaper, but it just has a high level of production.
Yeah.
And then Tim, you also have the ability to send audio through. So if you were to, you wanted to, you could.
Cool,
Do you
cool,
feel
cool.
like? Do you feel like at this point they're like, okay, we got a good subscriber base for Disney Plus now. We can start just throwing some cheddar at these. Or maybe it's just
No.
that they don't have to pay Jeremy Rayner's bloated salary. You know what I'm
Fucking
saying?
guy.
Get
Fucking
outta here
dead
with those
corpse.
demands,
Just-
bro.
I mean,
Why? Are you so
even this
mean,
shot,
man?
It's just so cool, like seeing like the idolization of the Avengers and.
Well, you would, right? But that's how just it would be. If there was a real Captain Marvel floating around in the cosmos, you'd be like, that's the coolest fucking thing ever. Like what's
Like
cooler than that?
I idolize them now as a 34-year-old.
I know.
And they're not real.
And they're fake, yeah.
I mean, I sometimes, and I'm sure Andy is exactly the same as me because we're pretty much the same person, but I fantasize a bit like, what's it like just working at the Avengers compound? I don't need to be an Avenger. I just want to be on the bench. Like, let me fill up the water bottles.
What does the snack bar look like?
Exactly. What's the snack situation over in those in the fridge looking like? So that's where I'm at, man. I'm
Greg, why did you actually send me the PlayStation Store link to Marvel's Avenger?
Just if you want to download it. I know, but you can download it through that page too. Nick, you have it too. Just a heads up.
It says $30. Something's
Do I have to buy it with Tim's card?
Yeah, you do. You have to buy it with Tim's card.
Okay.
Are there any
Couple things
buildings
I
we
wanna
recognize?
shout out here? Like the lack of Stark Tower is interesting. Like when are we gonna find out who fucking bought that tower? I can't believe we didn't find out in Hawkeye.
Is it not that little
and
check
shout
in
out to
distance?
the LED strips on the bike wheels. Always a classy move.
But
What were you asking, Kevin?
I was saying, is that not the Stark Tower like swoosh in the background there that's lit up?
The little check mark.
Yeah.
Like
I don't
dead
think
center?
so. It doesn't look like the right
I don't
thing.
know. I don't know.
Well,
What's,
I mean,
is this New
he
York? It's
sold
New York,
it.
right?
She's in Jersey, but yeah,
Oh,
this
she's
is
in
New
Jersey.
York.
Okay.
Jersey.
I don't
Are
know.
we
that
up in the
didn't look
attic
like
where you
Stark Tower.
assume we're gonna find the?
All the scary stuff happens in the attic.
You know.
I don't think I
And
could
then
ever.
she goes out of her way to say cosmic, so this is a cosmic ability, Timmy.
Probably. I mean, yeah, that this is not from the comics. So
Yeah.
these bracelets, they're a new thing for this, as far as I know, at least from any of this Marvels I've read.
Maybe
So-
we got some Shang-Chi kind of interconnection.
I was wondering about that too.
Yeah, I mean, we were just talking yesterday when I was talking to Eric Voss about the Marvel stuff, and we are talking about the Shang-Chi post credits that had that like almost bracelet looking beacon, and it was like, what is that? We don't know yet. And Captain Marvel was part of that post credit scene, so potentially it's connected.
Oh, that would be a great way to connect it to like have Captain Marvel come in and like explain that like, oh, it's a similar ping that we have seen recently.
Mhm.
Got a guy dressed as Iron Man there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Going
yeah,
down.
yeah. You imagine this is a Halloween party then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just know that, yeah, there's a Captain America shield over on the top
Maybe
right.
it's just anniversary of the blip. Let's all get together and celebrate the heroes who saved us.
What's she doing there?
By dancing, by dancing.
Astral plane right here, dude.
Yeah.
It's so funny too, like the idea of like just the different colors for different powers and how they kind of pop in your subconscious. Of like you see purple, you see that
Yeah.
like that crystal breaking purple, and you're like, all right, this is some sort of astral plane, like cosmic power, other dimensional
Doctor
thing.
Strange stuff.
Yeah, that's so fun that they have developed that visual language now throughout all these properties that you see, you kind of just know. I mean, it does
A
help. that she's
lot of
throwing-
Captain Marvel. When you look around the room,
Oh my
multiple
God.
loves
She's
Captain
a
posters.
big fan.
That was our whole thing.
Also, Captain Marvel's been hanging around, right? Doing stuff.
presumably, right?
Yeah.
I know
But I
she
mean,
hung
also-
around. She seems like she's always off world.
And they already established that they make comics. Am I thinking Logan, where they make comics of
You're thinking of
people
Logan,
in the real
yeah.
world? But it's interesting to see because that looks like an actual illustration from a comic book that she has blown up on a poster behind her.
Sure, but I'm sure there's tons of fan art, right?
Who gets
Yeah.
royalties for that?
That's what I'm saying, man. I mean, I've obviously Tony Stark. Everyone knows he's him, so you better believe his lawyers are gonna have a
He's
thing or
a-
two to
he's
say if you're
probably
trying to sell
selling
his
toys.
likeness.
Can
That power looks so cool.
Yeah, can you
too.
go back? I want to see what the actual shape, because it looks like she's projecting egg, and then when it hits the door, the last frame. No, it's
It's
just
like
like a
a
rectangle.
glass goo,
Yeah.
Glass
like
of
a
goo.
crystally glue, hits and
What is
Little
this? This
table.
goo?
splatters. Who are you?
And then Circle Q is like the corner store in the comics too. Like that's not
Yeah.
a real
Okay.
place, but it's like a in the world.
That's not the
place.
same corner store that we saw with in
No.
the Spider-Man movies,
No,
right?
No,
No.
no.
But
It's not a
probably
reference to the now closed down Circle K corner stores back in the Rio Grande Valley.
They don't
Uh,
play
Oh,
games.
is-
Circle
do you-
K.
do we think
7-Eleven
that-
was better
That's the convenience store we saw earlier with like the light strips.
when she's
up.
inside of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the costume, presumably, right?
It's gonna get blown up. That's not good.
Oh. Maybe she'll save it with her cosmic, the power of cosmic.
I think
There are
we
a few
saw
things
it getting
cooler
blown
than
up.
floating platforms. Like there's few things cooler than that concept in movies. Like when we first saw, was it
Doctor
Star-Lord do it?
Strange.
Oh, but
Strange
Star-Lord
was
did it.
throwing the things for Star-Lord
right.
to run on,
Yeah.
which is fucking awesome.
It's so badass. It's like the coolest thing that you can do in video games and movies.
It reminds me of that scene in Onward though, where he's like walking and like he's like, "Oh, I have confidence in myself." I'm like, that kid's gonna fall and die. This is making my palms sweat.
You just have to believe.
I don't believe.
I know.
Yeah, like all this stuff. It's like, oh god, what's happening here?
Well, this shot, I'm like, all right, somebody watched a lot of Arrow on the CW.
That shot looks like they're about to show a band perform at the VMAs or something.
Sure.
Like
Imagine
that's
Dragons.
Now welcome to
Is
the
it the
stage,
VMAs or is it-
98 degrees.
Is it like Milk Bar? Is it like a Milk Bar show, Tim?
Oh god, that's a good point, man.
have
Shout out
any
to this jacket, man. I love the
That's dope.
symbol kind of being the latch between them.
That's
Dope.
cool.
Do we have any idea who the bad guys are?
No, and I think that's one of the more interesting things is, the main storyline of Miss Marvel is her kind of getting the whole Inhumans Terrigen Mist treatment. Like that's how she got her
Yeah.
powers. But like I think given that the Inhumans show was what it was, like I don't think that they're gonna go down that, especially now that they have the X-Men back. But
Yeah.
I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's somehow related to a variation of that. Andy?
Terra what?
Yeah, excuse me.
The
Stop
Terrigen
saying.
Mist?
Stop making up words.
Terrigen Mist is if you played the hit video game
Thank
the
you.
Avengers, you would know a thing or two. But it's essentially this like mist. Go for it, Kev.
Well, no. It's Marvel trying to handle the fact that they didn't own the X-Men anymore for movie stuff. So they were trying to make an offshoot, right?
A way people
I mean-
can mutate and get powers.
Yeah.
The source is the comics, like so that wasn't like that's not fully true, but they did put a lot more attention on them as opposed to the X-Men in the last 10 years because of the movie side of things. But
Got
there's this group of people, there's a royal family, and eventually like there's like a bomb that
always
goes
a royal
off.
family.
And the mist turns
Oh.
like the people that it touched, like it kind of turns them into a type of mutant, but they're not mutants, and it gives them abilities. And it got
Got it.
her.
Got it.
Fascinating.
But like she has this. Does that Terrigen Mist combine itself with the bracelet?
Well, no, they're
The
probably not
bracelets-
going.
The bracelet's a new thing in this, so I have a
Mhm.
feeling that they're going to go the bracelet route instead of the mist route.
Got it.
That makes sense. What are we seeing here? Do we think this is like
Mosque.
that's a mosque? What
Oh,
about
wait,
this shot? This is
no.
the one that.
Hey, you're right. This looks like more's going on.
Yeah.
Because that far shot with the people walking through the
let's go
crops,
back. The crops.
like that looks like such a high quality film shot.
Yeah. This is the shot that really popped to me, of being like, wow, that's a beautifully composed shot, but it also is like, what's going on here? I don't know
Yeah.
if this looks like maybe it's like it ties back to her family or something, or I don't know what's happening.
I think that's tying back into whatever's going on with the bracelet.
You think so?
Mm.
Yeah.
That's dope, bro. Who's this guy?
Mystery.
One of the people fighting her. See, I think the bracelet activating is going to bring back the people who are against it or want it back for their culture,
Whatever.
land. I don't know, whatever.
Whatever needs they have. This is great though.
Yeah.
Being big
They're
and
big
fixed.
in?
So she has like
I love
green
it.
power or Green Lantern powers, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Cool.
Which I think is it's a way smarter route to take if you're just going to let her have that power set without it looking goofy as all shit without
it's
the
the-
movie budget.
Yeah, it's the perfect way to sort of contextualize that without. Yeah, because unless you have stellar CG, even if you do, I don't know how well it translates without looking goofy.
Yeah.
See, now she's looking at her
Oh.
actual costume. That's pretty
so
cool.
cool. Yeah. That's
Wow,
the little cowl that she wears.
that's awesome.
She goes to
Who
a
do you
lot
think
of
gives it
parties,
to her?
though. I will say this about
She
this.
does.
Fuck yeah,
She
dude.
likes to
Like a
fucking
lot of
party,
parties.
dude. Good for
You're
her.
so right.
Because I just want this. Here's another party. This is a different scene, right? She's at a party here.
sure,
Go
yeah.
back a couple, Tim.
That
Well,
was
hold
the
on
fun-
in the background. See those balloons? That's a party.
Yeah,
balloon. She's
dude.
at
Everybody,
another
let's
party.
Well, she's
right
the
now,
same outfit,
right now, let's set the over under.
Okay.
How many parties are we
10.
doing? Like, I'm setting the over under at 4.5. How many parties? Like, you
Kids
going
go to
over
parties,
under?
man.
half. How do you get half a party?
Yeah, how do you get half a party?
You'll
It's
know.
over under. That's how you bet. What are you talking
I don't understand how over under works.
Yeah, I
Can
don't
you
need
explain to me whatever that. Can we also go back and talk about that pterodactyl powers that you guys were talking about earlier? What was the pterodactyl mutant juice? What are we talking about?
The Terrigen
Terrigen
Mist?
Mist. Is there something you want me to go back to, Nick? Or you just
No,
joking?
he's just being
I'm
annoying.
messing with
Okay.
you. Just being annoying with you guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's a different outfit.
These look
Oh,
like
here we go.
fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here's the deal. If this is the costume, if that's what she ends up wearing, then I'm totally fine with that. I hope they don't go full like.
But why is it
Well, I
blue
guess
there?
comic book to be comic book accurate, she doesn't have the mohawk, right? They don't put her in
No,
that.
the Mohawk's Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
That's
so
just
she
her
does-
wanting to be a fan of Captain Marvel.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah,
so she's not
her-
going with that. Thank God, because that'd be so silly running around in that thing.
Her outfit is just like the mask that we
Just the
just
mask with her
saw,
hair,
and her outfit's more like a stylized, like more
I'm begging you
roby
just to look at
looking.
the cover of Marvel's Avengers, Nick. That's all.
Yes.
He's
Yes.
saying-
Click in the link instead.
Oh,
You don't have
I
to
will
buy
click
it.
on the
That's
link.
it right
Oh,
there.
that's her
It's right
outfit
here.
right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
that's
looks
cool.
That's cool. That looks good.
That looks awesome.
That's
Oh,
where
yeah.
it should be.
It's interesting. Her power looks
She's
more.
protecting the pretty boy too.
Oh, is that over there?
The kid with the Porsche. I don't trust this kid.
Tim, I'll be real with you. Like,
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to fight you on this one, Tim. I love the bullet stopping with the purple powers. It's
I'm
cool.
not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried. Are
Andy,
they
I don't
going to
know if-
overdo it?
I don't
Because
know if
they
you watched-
showed no
Look
restraint.
at those
in
cars. Look at how
Matrix
much
4.
the cars.
Yeah, I don't know
bullet
if you
damage.
watched Matrix Revolutions or whatever the last one was.
Good movie. Love it.
Resurrections.
But
You don't mean
Resurrections.
that. You
but
don't mean
man,
take it back.
there was 45 minutes where he just stopped bullets, and I was like, wow, Keanu Reeves just didn't want to get out of that chair.
I could have used 2 hours more of that.
Do you-
Honestly.
Does it seem like the power's more blue now that she's got the other outfit on
Nah,
versus the
It's purpley blue. I
Pink
think it's
and
got like
purple.
Maybe
It's
it's just
cosmic.
reflecting. You know?
That's cool. This looks fun. I'm excited.
You
I
know what,
love
Nick?
this.
I'm
I'm a
excited too.
superhero.
I hope Abu's good.
That's her dad.
Yeah.
God, I hope they sell that jacket.
She seems
love that
cool.
she's
She's
just-
charming.
Yeah,
Adorable,
she's very
yeah.
charming.
Yeah.
She's someone she's an actress and a character that you want to spend an entire series with, and yeah, you look forward to it. And I also just love the fact that they're like, I don't know, just as a good men. Like going back to the costume for a second, I just love that they captured like Chuck Taylors. You know, you're like, wow.
See, Greg, you're so dead on with that. Where, like, I think Hawkeye was like probably my least favorite offering of the Marvel shows, but Haley Steinfeld's so great to watch, and she's funny, and every line delivered is perfect. Same with Tom Holland, and I'm already getting those vibes from her, from this actress
Good
here. I think
casting.
she's like immediately, even if the story isn't necessarily interesting, if the writing is entertaining and fun enough, I think she's gonna absolutely kill this role.
I love here the title treatment. This
Oh,
looks
the
like her
sash?
scarf.
The little
Like, her
yeah,
sash.
Yeah, I'm blown away. Everything about this trailer was so well done. Even this
I can't
hero
wait.
looks great.
Even the Disney Plus, the little like power
Lightning
cosmic
after it.
lightning going through it is pretty cool too. It's a nice little
Yeah,
touch.
it's great.
The little Nova Corps star being like the period on Miss. So cool.
Right there, boom. I love that little extra little.
Yeah.
Good douche.
flair.
Yeah, man, this is super
So
cool.
tight.
When does this drop?
June 8th.
June 8th. Okay,
Man,
that's
it's
cool. They could-
crazy
they could speed
how
that up a little bit.
excited I am for this after how not excited I was for the initial pictures that we saw of stuff.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, this looks like the budget's not quite there, but then this trailer came out.
I'll give him a
and-
shot, Kev.
Yeah,
power of the
I mean,
weekend.
I'm
Don't worry about
ready.
the leaked
I'm
images.
in. I'm in.
That's why
Were
they
they
don't.
leaked? I don't
That's,
think they were
that's
leaked.
why they don't call them
Oh,
the
they were.
week. They call them the weekend because it's exciting.
God, let's end the video. Jesus.
Yeah, the last thing I want to say is that June 8th, something that's interesting about that is this will mark the first time we're getting two big deal launches on Disney Plus at the same time, because this will be Kenobi debuts May 25th, and so Kenobi episode 3 will be the same day this episode 1 happens. So those will both be coming out at the same time, which will be essentially Moon Knight goes like right into Kenobi, goes right into on top of this, and then we also have Doctor Strange happening the finale week of Moon Knight, and then this will probably end with Thor: Love and Thunder during the finale week, which is insane.
Jesus.
That is an
That's
that is
wild.
that is an amazing embarrassment of riches, and we are all very, very lucky to have that. See, Andy, if they wanted him to be boring, they called him the Monday, but they called him the weekend instead. That's exciting. The weekend. Oh, anything can happen.
Bye.